Hi, welcome to Crypto Fatty channel. Index replication. Trax.io wants to provide a return as close as possible to that of the benchmark for each CDI, less fees and expenses. To do this, the portfolio must be replicated as exactly as possible. For the long CTIs, this is best achieved by having a fund that physically replicates the index, with the actual components. These can be used for security lending, which can also generate a lending yield, which may offset some of the costs borne by the fund. The short CTIs are more complicated to replicate as there are currently no established short lending programs in the market. Therefore, and to reduce costs, Trax.io will use its long CDIs to lend securities to the short CTIs where possible. Furthermore, only a certain percentage of the long fund securities will be available for lending, as Trax.io wants to avoid having to call in a lent security every time a redemption occurs, in the event the short fund is as large or larger than the long fund. The percentage of the long fund available for short lending will depend on the volatility of the OMs in that fund. A fund with stable or increasing size can more easily be used for short lending. However, a fund with many daily redemptions would be less usable. Within this framework, it makes sense to launch corresponding funds on the long and short side in terms of single or basket compositions, as the long CTIs will facilitate the structuring of the corresponding short CDIs. If the long CTI is of similar or smaller size than the corresponding short CDI, additional measures will be required in order to provide investors with the desired return. Short exposure must be gained, in excess to what the long CDI security lending can offer. Where possible, futures will be used to gain the required short exposure, simply by selling the future in the adequate quantity. Liquidity and availability concerns need to be addressed on a dynamic basis to evaluate whether the solution is viable. As a last resort, although still likely to be required, swaps will be used to gain the necessary residual short exposure. In a swap, a fixed rate payment is exchanged for a variable rate, which would correspond to the benchmark returns. Here, the index relevant to each CTI can be used as the benchmark for the swaps, in order to create the exact cash flows desired. As these swaps are likely to be OTC and not transacted over a regulated exchange, there will be counterparty risk, and so the counterparty should be chosen carefully, as well as the payment flow frequency. Crypto trackers. Enter your email address here and learn the latest news. We are building the first crypto tracker solution. Crypto trackers, also called coin-traded indices, CDIs, are tokens which significantly reduce the complexity and fees associated with the setting of long and short positions on various cryptocurrency assets. Users will be able to trade onto the platform digital tokens that are positively or negatively correlated to the tracked underlying crypto assets. We will progressively offer a wide panel of CTIs which will include, non-exhaustively, inverse trackers, levered trackers, basket trackers and stable coins. What are crypto trackers? Crypto trackers are ERC20 asset-backed tokens that change proportionally to the percentage change in their benchmark, multiplied by a potential leverage factor, for any given day. Thanks to daily reset, CDIs have a compounding effect, whereby losses and gains from each period affect the base from which the next period's returns are calculated. Each crypto tracker will be its own ERC20 token, and can be stored on Ethereum wallets as well as traded on Trax.io. Token sale. Trax tokens, TKX, will be created on the basis of the Ethereum blockchain, ERC20 tokens. TKX will be compatible with third-party services wallets, and exchanges. Incentives will be created for token holders, such as discounts on Trax services and a token burn program. We end the site promotion here. In the next video we will review the roadmap, whitepaper, social media accounts in team. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day.